Right on Q Live. We are live and we have one of the most special guests possible in the Right on Q Live history, Lena herself. How you doing, Mom?
Good morning, Boo Bud. Hello, peoples.
hmm So, this whole year, 2020, clear vision, but a lot of change, a lot of perspective, and my life, a lot of stuff going on and happening or whatever. So I figured it'd be a good time to bring it back to you for your fourth time on the show in the fourth year with a lot of things going on, just to bring full circle perspective. So I figured we start with you. I said I'll give you the opportunity to host on your fourth time, whatever. So take it away, Mom.
All righty. Welcome to Right on Q Live. Today I'm your host, the pink one, the
Mm,
mother of the man, Right on Q himself.
mm,
And I'm taking over today, so let's get to it. First, I need you to name my other 3 episodes.
Other three, all right. I'm not as good as I once was, but we
I know
got
you've been slipping lately. That's why I asked you.
yeah. All right, we got presence privilege. That's one. 36 hours. That's two. And the other one, Mama's Boy. Boom.
All right, not too bad, not too bad. All right, well, thank you for letting me host today because we have a lot going on. New
Mhm.
season of life coming up, new baby, new album.
Yes,
So we're
ma'am.
going to start with that. So first thing, we're going to go with the new baby. All right. So how you feel? Fatherhood's fastly approaching.
Yeah, I feel good. Like I'm definitely just ready. More than anything, I'm just ready. And of course, not that I'm speaking because people be trying to come at me. You don't know what you're getting into. You're never gonna sleep ever again. You're gonna wish it never happens. Like, no, I know this is
Wow,
really,
that's what they saying.
yeah, this is really a whole thing. I'm just ready to just meet her and ready for that new shift and new responsibility. And more than anything, just to see her. Like, everybody who knows, like, I'm not like pregnancy has never been like this whole wonderful thing to me. No, I was like, no, let's get to the championship. Like I'm like Kawhi. Like, let's forget the regular season. Let's get to the championship and the playoffs. Let's get to the baby already. So I'm ready. I'm just happy that it's coming to a end soon, whatever, and just looking forward to hope everything goes smoothly. Easy for the for mama as possible, and yeah, can't wait to see what she looks like and what she
Yeah,
looks like. That stuff. So,
curiosity. That's right.
very,
'Cause you wonder. No suspecting parent never not wonder what the kid's gonna look like, what genes are gonna push through. You
right.
had one job already, you failed. So let's hope that your other characteristics and traits and features take it up a notch because you only had one job and you
I,
didn't do it.
I have a feeling that low key, you say that to my face about me
Mm-hmm.
having one job. I think you kind of was wishing on my downfall this whole time behind my back because you've taken this girl news in stride to say the least. Like you definitely been like, oh yeah, like forget Q Day Junior. I didn't really care that much. Like no, pink everything, pink all that stuff.
All right. So no, you digress because I was looking forward to have my Heisman Trophy winner because most people don't know that I was supposed to have a Heisman Trophy winner 2014, but you failed me. You quit, went to a school with no sports, you quit because basketball don't count. And my dreams were dashed. My dreams were dashed. So I was looking forward to Q-Day Junior, and but then lemons out of lemonade. I said, well, Lord, you ain't give me no daughter, so it's hope. Let's go, let's go. So once I said let's go, then it's on and popping.
Mm.
The pink began. So
My son wouldn't have played football, by the way.
oh, he was. So there's a good thing that you didn't, because you would have lost this battle. Okay, God darn it. I was going to get an athlete that was good in football. My sports knowledge, his grandfather's old genes, they used to be good, and you used to be a natural. All you got to do is ask your coaches, but you chose to fold, you don't want to run into the sun. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, speaking of sons, how do you think your father's raising of you is going to guide you through raising Queen?
And of course, people that know she's speaking on my stepdad and my dad, who I definitely consider both father figures.
Because
And
actually, I'm doing an interview and I asked your dad. I was going to say Andre next. But if you want to combine the answers, that's
Oh
fine.
no, I'm sorry. No, I literally thought you said dads or fathers.
I
Okay,
said just father.
gotcha,
But you
gotcha.
can combine them if that's easier for you.
Cool. Yeah. So as far as my dad, we just recently established that he's a borderline deadbeat. So, if as great as he is, as loving as he is, as he never did anything truly bad to me or wrong to me. But what I take away, especially as I'm getting older, just like where I feel you actually have the intangibles that I feel he doesn't, or even that my stepdad doesn't, that I feel I need to make sure that, I work on what he had about just the loving and the foundation and being there, but also the intangible factor. Like, no, let's know a birthday. Let's know a friend or two name. Let's know the high school you went to, stuff like that. But yes, I don't know. I think, but outside all of that, I just think about just being better than what I had, and just being, because I had great examples, great people, great foundational pillars. So oh yeah, so extend on that and stem from that to be like, these are great examples. Let's take everything I learned from that and be better. And and I feel like just like some important principles, like saying what you mean and doing what you said, and that goes a long way. Like
Yes.
a child should have a parent that they can depend on through and through. And
Excellent.
we can't do it. We can't do it. It's that simple, whatever. So I think about that, just something as simple as that. Cause just seeing other people's lives and how other people got certain issues, I think that's like one of the most important things. Like just doing what you say you're going to do.
Agreed. That's my pet peeve. I 100% back that up, because there's nothing wrong with telling the child, no, I don't have it. We can't go. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The truth will set you free at all times.
Right.
Right. And that was about Eric Howard. What about Andre Mack?
Andre Mack, I don't know. I think about like definitely things what I just said as well, but also kind of doing like, learning from the mistakes of others, in a sense where they say wise man learn from mistakes of others. So, he was probably of course same thing, foundational love, all that stuff, whatever. But he struggles in the intangible factors of like, keeping his word. But of course, not in some crazy bad way, but just simple things, whatever. But those simple things go a long way because they become annoying at certain times, whatever. But this is what you take people's flaws and all, as long as they are good to you and good for you. So, just staying true through your actions and trying to be the best that you can be, so it doesn't affect you and others in the long term. Because I feel definitely with men, especially, like we can like go through our own internal battles if we aren't fully fulfilled and stuff like that, whatever. Because we end up trying to. And I feel that maybe it's all people as well. I'm a man looking at other men. I feel like you got to make sure you're fully fulfilled and you doing everything you need to do to get what you got inside off, so that you can just live true to yourself and live smoothly and feel like, no, I'm good. Like I've done what I need to do, and I haven't. Also, I feel like this as well. Don't be self-destructive. Like I feel like life is hard enough. People go through everything, but like don't cut your nose to spite your face. Like it's gonna be still a lot of trials, tribulations, and valleys gonna come, but you shouldn't be one of your biggest battles. Like you should be able to like, all right, yeah, I'm good. That speed bump happened, but I ain't just like, stuff like that.
Should knock you off the track, so that's a good thing. Okay, that's good. Now, of course, everybody out there know I'm great. But from me, what have you learned that you would love to pass on to Queen?
So yeah.
What attributes that I have that you would like to pass on to her? I hope that she inherits this. Because you don't even know sometimes. So like even now, old as I am, I be doing something. I'm like, God damn it, that's bird. So it comes out later sometimes.
I mean, I tell you all the time, you are a bird.
But you make jokes.
But and I give you credit. The more I get older, because growing up, I used to, of course, I've always loved or whatever. I used to focus on the things that used to get on my nerve. I used to be like, I don't understand. So I'll even switch it up on you real quick, whatever. But I'll get to that. So I feel like I used to be like, why this or why that? Or it's like, why? I don't understand. Like, I'm going to be the total opposite of that. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this, da-da-da. But I was like, you know what? Through all her craziness and extremeness.
Like you like to use that word a lot when on your little interviews. When I'm great. I don't hear that word often, but I hear you say crazy a lot.
I never say great. Okay. Anyway, my little interviews, no shade, but I turned out to me as good as possible. So through all of that, it worked, at least for me. Like, you know, I tell people all the time, like, I may go to therapy one day out of curiosity, but I truly don't feel. I feel like I need therapy. Like, I know people that really need it.
You don't need therapy.
No, I know. Are you listening to that?
You said if you did go
out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I truly feel I don't need it at all. I'm totally fine with whatever. But I know plenty of people like, no, you need it. Like, you need to unpack some things. Like, you got some voids. Like,
you need to work through some situations in your head.
Yeah. So I
feel I don't believe in therapy. I know some people, it saves their lives, but I think we're a different mindset. And as far as, even out of curiosity, I would be so jaded, like, this bitch getting $200 an hour. She's just trying to hear something. What you want to hear? You know, and I could do that. Because I know some therapists, and I don't know any therapists that don't have issues. There's some.
Most people have issues, yeah.
But I'm saying real issues, they shouldn't be talking to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really giving advice? Is that what you're doing? But they are professional. They graduated. They got doctorates. And they a little shaky in his life.
But to me, I'll give you a counter parallel of, like, you know, like Andre. Like, Andre can, so to me, that could be like a therapist could be like Andre. We're like, a therapist can tell you the right answers, possibly give you some good feedback, but they can have their own stuff going on. Andre can tell everybody how to do everything, but he can't necessarily figure out his own stuff. So, I mean, it's the same. That don't make what he's saying any less true. That just means you haven't dealt with your own stuff.
But you can give advice. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's definitely a very good example. Definitely good example.
But yeah, so as I got older, I just grown to appreciate more and more just even the stuff I didn't like, whatever. For instance, like, what happened?
You appreciate the greatness as you got older?
I always give you credit for the greatness, but we're not going to act like you wasn't crazy. Like, it was like, it's a two-sided coin here. But for instance, Reese, I was talking about, my mom used to annoy me because she would just, you know, do the typical black mom stuff, just open my bedroom door and just look around. Why is that sock on the floor? What? It is clean in here. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
first of all, you lucky that you shut your door. Okay, I grew up in a home where you ain't pay no bills. You couldn't shut no doors.
That was
I let you shut your door, but no, I'm going to come in the room.
I have no problem with you coming. I had no problem with you coming in the room. First of all, that was the 70s. Second of all, I had no problem with you coming into the room. It was the idea that you would be looking for something to complain about, though. It's like this. We good. It's nothing wrong. Why is the window cracked and the air conditioner on? It's like, what? How did you see that? So. Or even stuff like, why you didn't make your bed? And I was like, one day I didn't make the bed. Anyway, though, so my friend gave me a counter. He's like, no, but like, no, I'm gonna be like that though. Like, I'm gonna need my child room to be clean at all times for the most part, because that's how you build tendencies and build patterns. Now, like,
in character, you're not no bum, you're not no slob. You need to have character. When you get grown, you can do what you want, but you need to have boundaries in somebody else's home. Yeah, you can do yours, but you're not paying the bills.
Yeah, and I thought about that. You know, me and you talk about, you know, on another note about people with bad patterns and bad tendencies or whatever. And I was like, that's fair, because that's the seeds start with those interactions and those patterns being built. So once you get older, you can have, it's like the expression they say, you got to know the rules to break the rules. So now once I got older, I was like, I don't got to make my bed, whatever, but I'm still naturally a clean, organized person or whatever.
No, I must comment that I'm very proud of you. When you got in your own space, it was like, I said to all my friends, I said, all that screaming and howling and beating his head really paid off, because he keeps a very clean house. And I'm proud of that, because some people, like, I did the opposite. My mom was so anal with the Friday night, Saturday morning, can't leave the house till everything is sparkling, spick and span. Like, I was like, if I ever leave this house, I ain't gonna dust again. Okay? And that, it wasn't good either. But it was just like, I was so tired of it. And you didn't do that. I mean, I howled and screamed at you, but you keep your dishes clean. That was the biggest pet peeve we've had. You do all those things. So I'm glad that your house is good and you've learned something from all the picking on you. And you still, a lot of things that you bother me with, you know, lateness, you get where you need to go, but it's not what I instilled in you or your dad, because we're never late. So that drives me crazy. But, you know, you'll see when Queen wants you to go 5 places and you're late and how she feels about it. She's not going to like it. Because that lateness is going to have to get better.
not a late person.
Okay.
Like you be talking like the way you talk, like 5 minutes. Like nothing's going to happen in 5 minutes.
But
Like,
why you don't remember on time is late, which you've been told your whole life. When we leaving for Lotus, we live 10 minutes from Lotus and we leave in 30 minutes because anything can happen. And on time is late. Always remember that. And we ain't learned it yet, so maybe you'll teach the queen.
yeah.
Let's move on, Mr. Okay. You love music. Everybody knows that about you. So at this point in juncture of your life, all them songs and that Rolodex you got ahead, your 10,000 used to be on your what's that thing called? The little thing you had.
iPod?
Yeah, your iPod, your 10,000 songs. Which one could you pick of your space now will be your song of your life of Q-Day right now?
It's a good question, Mom. It's a very good question. The song of my life. Probably Wale. Yeah, it's probably just that'll be an easy pick. So like Wale, either 88, Ambition, or Don't Hold Your Applause. One of those. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, either no, that's one of those, or Nipsey Victory Lap. Okay. One of those songs for sure. Like that, all those songs. That's those Wale songs are from his Ambition album and it's the Gifted album. Those are
my favorite too.
Two favorite albums ever. And then Nipsey Victory Lap, modern classic to me. And to me, that intro is one of the best rap songs ever. So yeah, those. If I had to pick from that bunch, it would be that.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good choice. And I figure it would be a Wale choice because he does speak to you. That's why it's your favorite. Everybody knows that though. We forgot somebody. Mama. What attribute would you like from Mama to have Queen to have? I forgot her. I'm sorry.
Forgot her. But so definitely from Mama, I would just like, cause I've always noticed about myself that, again, I feel I give you the credit of like, that's nothing. So I'm gonna get back to it, but like, side note, like as I've gotten older, I've been trying to just compartmentalize like what cause I feel like I used to be like, yeah, like I'm me, like I'm naturally me and whatever, like from God or the universe, whatever. But now I was like, no, like literally I'm just an experiment of my parents. Like almost everything. I'm not really that unique. I'm only unique from when I was given the attribute to gene from two parents. Like everything is really, I feel like everything of a person is kind of filled from what you were raised by, whatever. So I used to feel like,
I don't think it's half and half though, some. Because, for instance, you have my greatness. Your dad's less than greatness. We made you, but because of me, you're extra great.
All right. Okay.
Okay. See how that works?
But do you feel, so let's say you got like a bunch of A from you, like a bunch of letter A's inside of me. Got some B's from my dad. So do you feel like if you had to look at a picture, will my body be made up of a bunch of A's and B's, or with those combinations, there's some C's, which is like unique things to me that is out of nowhere type thing? Because do you think that's how it worked out?
I like that, yes. I think it's a bunch of A's, little sprinkle of B's, and little sprinkle of C's.
Okay.
And that builds the child. Because the most influential person is going to be the bigger letter. So that's me, A. And then he has some attributes, ain't all good. That's sprinkle. And then because I made you to think alone, to think on your own, that gives you a sprinkle and C's.
Cool. Makes sense. But yeah, so anyway, so I said to say, like, I used to think about, yeah, like, I'm naturally just, smart or whatever. I grasp things and I got these certain working tendencies, whatever. But even I was having a conversation with someone and I was like, yeah, my mom. Oh, so back to me giving you credit of me just like, no, I can't just be like, I'm not gonna do this for my mom. I be joking saying like, I'm not gonna read to Queen, whatever. Like she got her grandmom for that or mama for that, whatever. But like, no, like I gotta read. Like I gotta read, even though like I've grown to not need it per se. To not need it, I needed those foundational seeds that probably led. Cause my friend was like, no, even though you don't like reading, your mom constantly reading to you and feeding you that type of knowledge or format of knowledge probably led to for you having such brain capacity for things. Like you can actually just juggle things, you can process information fast. That's probably all about that, regardless of it being amount to you just reading or loving reading, whatever. No,
Okay.
yeah. So it made me think like I can't just take for granted what was done for me, regardless of how it amounted to, because it led to me being how I am. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, with that being said, though, Mama though, so I like that she's just naturally a hard worker with like school specifically, whatever. Where me, once I got to high school, I just like, no, like I don't really care anymore. I know I can do whatever and still get my A's and B's. I'm never gonna be a dummy. I'm never
Right.
gonna want to
You
fail.
naturally got a grade, but if you had applied yourself better, you would have got the highest grade.
Yeah, I could have got all A pluses, whatever.
Right.
No, I'd rather not work that hard and get a B
That
plus.
was just stubbornness kicking in, the defective B gene kicking in and making you say, well, I got the B without trying. Where I'm like, but you could get an A with a little try. So that wasn't good. But it suited you, but it's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like that she doesn't work with it. She got her African side. So I'm about to pull her back like a dog. All right, relax. Hold on, Cujo. Like, what? Woman, little girl, you got a A minus, idiot. So I relax her. Like, she's gonna be like, no, she can't do this. But no, so I think it's gonna be good to have that balance, like natural type things, and it's cool to pace yourself and work smart, not hard. If I'm a natural person like that, I remember my teacher told me a long time ago, hey, if there's a way to cut corner, you're gonna find it. And to me, I feel that has a negative connotation of like.
She meant it negatively when she said it. She meant it negatively, boy. It was not a positive compliment.
To me, it's just like, if it's a smarter way to do it, you're gonna find it. Like, long as it get done, that's all that matters, whatever. Now, where I feel like she's like, no, I'm gonna just go straight, and I feel a mixture of that is good. So aside of that, though, I feel she just naturally just we joke she has Olivia Pope Karen mode. I think to me that's all a part of like just getting stuff done and being relentless with work and whatever you're approaching to, whatever. I think all that makes you just a naturally good hard worker than a tedious worker and stuff like that. Which I feel it balances my just natural lackadaisical type nature. And like,
and hopefully it's a good blend.
Yeah, I feel like she just approaches things when it's needed. And I feel we're a good unit of balance. I feel she approaches things more aggressively, task wise.
Right. And then you can pull, like you said, you have to pull her back because she's screaming and howling about an A minus. You're like, calm down. A minus is A minus. Still the A. Still the A. That minus don't mean nothing. All right. Now, Mama speaks 5 or 6 languages, and she's going to teach Queen. Are you going to open your mind to learn with her?
Never.
But I'll be over to learn, because what I won't have is them talking behind our backs. Okay. We will not have that.
You think really Mama gonna sit through and learn, teach her some language? That ain't about to happen.
I think she will, because it can be natural to her. This is what people say, because I don't speak another language. They might say, instead of saying bottle, she might say the word for it. And that's how the babies pick up. They say that's why you're supposed to teach a baby, because they learn that easy by you just saying that word. So, we got to do like color purple and put stickers all over the house. I'm going to be learning too. That's all, So we all keep, one of them languages. I don't want to learn 5, but one of them, but she's going to try to slide past us with, try to have the daughter not knowing us, our languages.
Yeah, like, I mean, we'll see, Nagger. You talk a good game. I'm definitely, I'm cool off that. Like, I think I'll be the odd man now and just let them just talk amongst each other. Oh, Dad didn't do this. Dad, don't worry, girl. We gonna buy the bag when he not here. And, we gonna make sure he not. All right, dog it off. All right, cool. Get that over my head. Y'all got it.
Nah, me, I like to know everything, so that's not gonna work for me. All right, let's get to the sore spot. You were determined. You told everybody couldn't have no girls. You was only gonna have a boy. This is what you said. This is what you thought. This is what you meant. So now we know that's not true. We know you had one job and you didn't pass it. Okay. So are we going to stop saying one and done? Or are we going to go ahead and let this ease on out, get it over yourself, and then try for that boy?
No, I am done. I am done.
I think that you should let it marinate in your brain, enjoy your daughter, and revisit it. Don't keep going around saying you had a vasectomy. Just calm yourself down. Your father had it at 40, not at 29, okay?
But if my dad was in his era, he would got it at 30 probably. Like, yeah, I'm good. I'm looking forward to giving all my love and energy and focus to my daughter and letting her be. I've grown to like really be excited of the daughter. I feel like there's a way for me to just have like no expectations or projections and be like, no, like, you're a girl. I don't really know much about. I don't know anything about being a girl, really, especially growing up. So I'm just open to learn and humble myself and let mama take the lead at a lot of times. But oh no, what you think? Like I don't know. So I think I'm just.
And you don't think you was gonna be able to do that with a boy? You were gonna take the lead, and you're gonna be in charge.
I think naturally, yeah, I would have. Like not, and of course, not in some Ike Turner, Joe Jackson way. But I think I'd be like, oh, like what you like? Oh, you want to play ball? We gonna play ball there. Like I feel like just even that. I think about that, like just that, like.
Got all that from me. You want to play ball? We playing ball. Let's go. Let's play ball. Let's play basketball. Do everything. So you don't have to have the male that want to do that. That was gonna be me anyway if you had a boy on top of your neck. What you mean he ain't playing football? What you mean?
Newsflash, mom. If I lived with my dad, I would make it to the league.
Oh, that's what we doing? Oh, okay. Oh, see how they change up on you.
Because you as a woman and not being in a man's sports or whatever, of course you would like, yeah, we gonna play. You gonna have all your gear and all that stuff. You gonna do it. But as far as like those stories of being in the snow and doing that stuff, whatever, you wasn't doing that because that's not you. You didn't do that as a boy, whatever. So it's like
I was in the snow. I said I've never missed a game. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about practicing, like those stories.
No, I can break it down.
Exactly. So but my dad being an athlete, he knows about going outside, extracurricular for his own personal time.
So one more thing to blame your father for is because you're not in the league because he lives in Chicago.
Hey, I mean,
let me add that to my list too.
That's what you heard. That's what you heard.
That's what you said. That's what I heard you say.
Yeah, but I feel my son, it would have been natural contention and the ego thing. Who's the what is it? The alpha male and all that type of stuff, whatever. It's like no.
You would have been playing him in slide shoes to see if he could beat you, like your dad did you.
Slide shoes, yeah. And
remember he barely never had sneakers on playing you, barely.
I'm glad I don't got to worry about that, like, cause I was really nervous in the back of my mind, like, yo, I don't think I'm good. My son 11, it might be over. Like I don't know, like I don't got to worry about that. Girl, we good.
All right. Until she wants to be the next, Maya Moore or Dana Taurasi.
She's not playing basketball. Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's what you say now. She could be, because Mama was a sport person too, right?
Mama plays soccer. She's African. She can play tennis.
Sport though, So sport.
Gymnastics, ballet, dance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All righty, let's move on. So we got that. We're still saying one and done. And the pandemic, of course, is on everybody's mind. It's been a rough couple of 7 months. Mm-hmm. What do you think it taught you the most?
It taught me that, it taught me, before I get to that thought, what did it teach me? It taught me, basically it taught me just how, like, these type of things happen pretty regularly in the grand scheme of like history, stuff like that, whatever. So, and the only people that
regularly,
like crashes. Now, crashes take different forms and shapes, but crashes happen. So, like, just in my lifetime, we had the Y2K, the dot-com bubble, the '08 crash, now this.
Right. That was a tragedy, but to shut the whole country down, we haven't had that in 100 years. The bubonic plague.
Yeah, of course, but at the same time, the '08 crash did crash things.
Right, but we kept wanting to work. We had to stay in the house. The pandemic hurt me that much. Like, where we were sad about 9/11 and all those other things, but to be locked in the house, then I had to catch myself. So I was complaining to James. I'm like, oh shit, he locked up for real. Wait a minute. Let me start complaining to my brother about me not going outside. So that's where it affected me the most, just being in the house. And you're like me. You're a solo person, so it didn't bother you. That part is what I wanted to hear. You didn't hate being in the house and none of that things.
Yeah, but even outside of that, I feel like again, like that's what I think about more so about the financial stuff and the crashes, because I feel if you got money, that stuff was just whatever. Like we talked about before, like when the celebrities and famous people was talking about, we're inside, and Ellen, we're inside. Right. It's like, yo, you got a whole mansion.
You inside your mansion, right?
So just like the only people that's truly affected by these type of things are people at the bottom at all time, and that's just with everything. Like, so I think about just how when they said like in the first 3 months of the pandemic, like the richest people in the world made like $3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, everybody at the bottom like, damn, I hope we get that stimulus check, $1,200. It's just like,
And looking for the second one that never came.
yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
$1,200 really. Well, meanwhile, the richest people are getting richer while the world is burning. So
Right.
I'm just thinking about like for the future when another one happens. Like, not saying it's gonna be another COVID thing, but it's gonna be another crash. Like, it's just how history goes, and at least
Right.
with the economy and stuff like that. So just thinking about just being in better positions where things when you're able to be proactive instead of reactive. Because when you're constantly reactive, you're rarely ever able to get ahead of things, whatever.
That's
And
true.
so just try to think like that. And but also, so outside of just those type things, practicability, like, yeah, like being inside, I definitely just, like even the other day, mom was like, yeah, I haven't been out. She was saying, oh, let's go outside. I'm like, well, where are we going? Like, it's still like this weird thing of like, I'm not about
You're
to,
not free while you're out there. You're not free. You're
yeah,
still
it's
cautious, and you should be cautious because you're pregnant. So it's
right.
definitely a difference.
Yeah, it's still weird of like, I mean, life is going on, but it's still not really supposed to be going on. Like, it's like this weird limbo thing. And I was joking the other day, I was like, yo, like, I was driving around, and I was like, just seeing people walk around with masks on, and I feel in the back of everybody's mind, it's like, well, tomorrow it's going to be over, something like that. But then
Right.
it's like, my whole life, I used to make fun of Asia, because, every
They
picture,
wore masks.
they were mad. I'd be like, that shit just seems dumb. And that's us now. This might never
It might never stop.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that's a scary thought of like,
Yeah.
child to
Because
Jesus.
we used to go down Chinatown, 8th Street, but they always wore masks. Even though Asia did it, but we did it here in Philly, and we used to laugh at them. We went to Chinatown or went down there to China Market and stuff. But they always been prepared. They laughed at Michael Jackson for wearing masks all the time. So that's our new norm. We're going to be doing that, I believe. I don't think it's going to stop. Or who's going to be so comfortable saying, you know what? Well, you got some people who don't wear them now. But for the whole people to start walking around without them, I don't think. I drove around this morning and I seen 10 people. I was out at 7 in the morning. Seen like 10 people. And it was actually half. 5 didn't have one on and 5 did. And I said, that's how it's going to be. Like, slowly but surely, it'll start getting out with.
I mean, yeah, I definitely don't wear my mask unless I go inside somewhere. I don't just, like, if I was walking to the, like when I go to the track, that's something I don't have to be inside. I don't just drive with it in the car, go outside, run with it on the track. But if I would ever go back to the gym, that's why I haven't gone back, I'll wear my mask, but that's just dumb to me. And, shout out to
just be open. I don't, because I think it's nasty and sweaty already. Yeah. And now you want to drop off Corona too? So I'm good on that. I mean, you already know I don't go to the gym, but if I did, I wouldn't go back now because I just think that's unhealthy all the way around. Yeah. And now it's about to be wintertime. They're going to have more shit dropping off on them. People kill me. If you so athletic and you got to work out, what was wrong with your house? What was wrong with walking around the block? Why did you have to be in here sweating in the gym? You want to take pictures? I don't get it. What's the big deal?
Nagger, a gym is better. Like, I actually do miss the gym. Like, a gym is a
What can you do at the gym that you couldn't do at home?
Everything?
No, I'm serious. Like, not you can live in an apartment, but there's actually people out here with whole gyms in their garages. They got the same treadmill, the elliptical, I even seen a lady this morning, she just bought the ropes. The people use those ropes, and she bought those. So you can, if you have that equipment. If you don't have that equipment, you can do another girl that I know who just went outside and started making it. She used water bottles for weights and stuff like that. So if I'm saying, if you really wanted just to work out, you don't need to be in a sweaty, nasty gym.
Yeah, of course. Like, again, I'm still not going, so I still agree with you. But I understand the significant difference of being at a gym. And, like, when you're in that space, it just makes you want to do more because you're seeing other people. You say, oh, I'll do that machine.
So the atmosphere helps you work out more.
Yeah, it's like a mental thing of just doing it, whatever. And just naturally have more things. So it's just like, you can only have so many things in your house or your space where they got 100 machines. So you just naturally want to do more things. But real quick, shout out to G's, because even he said something I saw the day I was entering. He said, yeah, like, I bought a new Wonder Woman mask with his daughter Ryan. He like, but it hit me like, damn, now we're in a time where little kids got to be excited about new masks, which is like a wild thing.
How old is she?
I think she's like 3 or something like that.
But she is there because babies don't supposed to wear masks. They can't breathe.
Right.
Yeah. But they said 3 and higher should, because they know the difference between smothering, where a baby can't know that they can't breathe and they will die. So under 3, they said don't need one, which is still strange because that means that baby can still get corona, but they're supposed to wear a mask. So just keep the babies at home is what I said.
Right.
Keep the babies home. What's the one thing that you think you would never outgrow?
The one thing I would never outgrow. is the way I joke. I think like a lot of people say I have a certain sense of humor, just like going too far,
Oh,
or
okay.
yeah, gassing things, or yeah. So that type of my type of humor, I would say. Um, Definitely never outgrow chicken fingers ever. Um, yeah, those are the main things though. Like chicken fingers, I feel like just my natural sense of humor, I would never outgrow. Yeah.
Okay. Do you I know everybody knows I wear pink every day. I focus on color. Color is part of your life. If you had a color to describe you and why, what that color would be and why would you use that color? What would the color be and describe why that would support you?
I think you've been taking notes. You've been taking notes from the Ryan Q
And
Live.
learn from the best, okay?
A color that would best describe me. Interesting. Um, I would say like honestly like either I think I would have to say gold. Like, yeah, I think I would say gold. Like, nah, I'm about to say like red is too just like volatile.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. I'm too chill.
Mm-hmm.
Black is just too dark. Like it's just nothing. So and I feel like gold, I consider myself a very unique person. Like, like lost gem pun. But yeah, so I feel like yeah, like to me, I feel like I'm a unique person. Like I'm creative, like visionary, if you will, in a lot of different ways. So yeah, I think gold is just like,
Gold represents that. Okay, I like that.
or or
Gold.
even, or even maybe not even gold, but like a maybe even here. You ready for this? Full circle of
Fuchsia.
huh?
I said fuchsia.
But of birthstone, maybe like a opal, like a color that's
That's
kind of,
iridescent.
yeah. What is it again? I don't want to say the word.
Iridescent.
Well, yeah. So to my knowledge, that's like the color of like it's white, but the colors inside of it in a sense. Like, yeah. So
Iridescent. I paid too much money for your education. Must be going through this right now.
spell it, Nagger.
Excuse me?
Spell it, Nagger.
This is my interview.
Oh. You paid too much money for me for you not to soak up anything. But yeah, so opal. Yeah, that's fire.
Okay, and that's my birthstone and soon to be your daughter's.
Hopefully,
Oh,
the way it is going. We'll see if she get here or not, or what's going on. Wait, she already in there? She made it?
no, gotta be 23rd. 23rd is the first day of Libra.
Wait in the whole no, but honestly, that's a Libra, but
The opal is October.
right October.
October the 1st is the opal. So everybody in October is opal.
Right,
But
right.
Libra starts on the 23rd to the 22nd.
And what's today's date?
Today is the 19th.
All right, so she
better be sitting herself down somewhere with her legs crossed. Okay, calm down. Well, we at least want a Libra. But don't make it to October. At least be a Libra.
Yeah. All right, continue though.
Yeah.
Opal though, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, okay, I like that. All righty, I got okay, let's see. How did you meet your best friend and who is it? We all know, but this is for your father in case he watches.
First of all, the fact that you think he will watch is the wild part. Like, so I met Sal. I remember we met him. I met in high school, and I remember that we didn't talk like the first year or two. Like we wasn't close. We didn't like really talk like that, or whatever.
But you knew he was. You would see him.
Yeah, we were on the same circle, but we just didn't really talk like that, whatever. I remember he used to be cool with, shout out to Joey and Jimmy. He used to be cool with them mainly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't really remember exactly how we started, like our first interaction was, but I remember we started, we realized that he used to live with his grandma, but then he started going back to his actual house, and then we realized we lived 5 blocks from each other. So we got on the bus, and that's probably how we started like building rapport over time.
Gotcha. So I didn't even know that part that he when he was down North Philly, y'all was in school, y'all when he got to Germantown. Didn't know that. See, I even learned something. Mm-hmm. But at least I know his name and who he is, unlike your father. Definitely. All righty. So you said no language, which is unbelievable to me. All right, this is the one.
Wow. First of all, I took Spanish for 6 years. I know 10 things. Like language is not. It's a block. Like I
Yeah,
can't.
and unfortunately, I got it with you, but I'm gonna try. I got it with you. I took Italian for 4 years and Spanish for 2, and I can't speak either one of those languages.
Well, to double down on it, we already know I took Kiswahili for like 5 years.
Yes.
I took French for 2, and
Mm-hmm.
Spanish. Yeah, I know.
And sign language.
I know sign language.
Oh, that's good. At least you know, out of 3 languages, at least you remember one of them. That's good.
Well, I say I know the alphabet. That's all I know.
That's something that means you can spell out something if you had to.
Sure.
All right, let's do an easy one. Favorite movie?
Bad Boys.
1 or 2?
They tied.
Okay, as long as you don't pick 2 over 1, that's all. Okay, and we already know your favorite rapper is Wale, but we're gonna do 2020. What's your favorite song that's a rap song? Because he just had one, but it ain't his, right?
Oh, say it again.
I said don't, and you can't pick Wale for once because I don't think he has a 2020 song, does he?
If I only album dropped this year, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I know he has a. I just seen a video with him and somebody, him and Dre. Yeah, he got a new video. Him and Dre from Power. That Dre. I don't know his real name.
Yeah, I did hear that song. That's a good song. Okay.
Yeah. So, but that's not his. So pick another person.
So my favorite rap song of 2020?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So my favorite rap song of 2020. I think of some of these albums. So I'll name a few. Damn, I just went blank. Oh, 2020. Oh, of course. So you got Lil Baby, We Paid. You probably heard that in passing.
Yeah, I do. I do know that one.
So that's definitely got to be up there. Some other ones. So I got some songs on my albums coming on, my new compilation albums. Lost Gems and First Love. Some songs in there that's on my favorite. It's First and Last. I won't say which albums these are on. We got first. Actually, probably pretty evident. But First and Last. To This Day. We got First Time. Yeah, I didn't name those 3 or whatever. But who are some other artists though? A Boogie got a song called Blood on My Denim. It's funny because I used to hear about him. I'm never really interested in songs like, no, you gotta listen to this one. This the song's gonna do it for you. And people people say it to me all the time. When I don't like someone, they be like, this is the song. And I'm like, whatever. And usually when I listen to it, I'll be like, it's not it. It's not it. Like, I'm okay.
That's gonna make you look like him anyway. Mm-hmm.
I heard that song. I said, oh, this okay. We got something here. Then I heard his music, and I said, oh, we got something. So
it was a surprise for you.
Yeah, so
I don't think I've heard any of his music, but I know who A Boogie with the Hoodie is. That's his name. I know that.
That song, and I'm gonna name like one more. Who are some other rap albums? Shout out to Max Ali, his song Supreme. Your best friend mom.
Did you see me, Max?
I'm thinking one more. Who's some other rap? Oh, and I'd say Deontay Hitchcock. He got a song called Growing Up or Mother of God, some shit like that. But he got a song with his album.
His name is Hitchcock?
Deontay Hitchcock.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. We want to talk about your album, and I'm very proud of your first compilation. I loved it. My favorite on the album is Be Mine.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yes. Talk Heavy.
Okay.
Examples, and Familiar Secrets. Those are my 4 favorites. And I don't know how iTunes work because I listened to them songs about 1,000 times and I still got no star beside them. I'm not understanding why that didn't work because it was either star beside it, you know? Right. But I enjoyed the whole entire album, and that's before Corona when I was actually going to laundromat, and that was my laundromat song. Like I played it through the whole time, just blasting it, and it was really good. So on this new album that you just named your favorites already, do you have any similar to those my favorites, those 4 I named?
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, so because we think of like so many A's inside of me, but I was actually talking like way I naturally am. I'm just a natural correlator of things, like find parallels and like, oh yeah, no, this reminds me of this, and this is a combination of this, and stuff like that. So naturally, when I'm doing another more music, especially right after another album, I'm thinking about like, oh no, this reminds me of that. This what I was trying to do, but this is like a better version or a graduated version. So anyway, I say all to say, I feel remember the song All My Life. So we had that song. I feel we had a song. The tentative title is called Self-Directed. And I feel that's like another version of All My Life. So I'm excited about that one. We still working on it.
Same artist?
On that song?
On that song. Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, yeah. So on All My Life, we have One Take Dave and Just O. And we have those two again on self-directed.
Okay. Because you're going to get similarities if you have the same artist, and then you got a flow of that beat. That's why I actually was the same artist.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
True. And then To This Day reminds me of possibly like if we did like maybe Misguided. That could be like a force. I forget that one.
Is Wilder on there? To This Day.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's a very cinematic type song. Oh, the baby mama's up, mom. The baby mama.
You're doing a professional interview. Sit down, woman. With your legs crossed. You got 4 more days to be a Libra.
Yeah. Actually, let me actually look at the track. Let's make it easier. I'm out here spitballing. Yeah, so RightonQuelive. So we had the intro. All right, yeah. So I say this. So the outro of We Are Live was called Curtain Call, and I wanted to have an intro to one of those 2 albums to be.
I continue on that.
Exactly. So it was called Curtain Call. This intro of that album is called Encore. So to me, like the sounds of it is like reminiscent of that song. So it's like a continuation or whatever.
And what, do you have a drop date yet?
So at least one album is dropping in December. That's all I can say.
In the year with it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. One of them are dropping in December. Like I said, I'm working on 2 at the same time. Depending on how the second one go, I would drop them both in December. So you know, and if it don't drop in December, it's gonna drop sometime in the spring. So you know, no matter what though. And
it's still music coming from RightonQuelive by the end of the year.
Yeah, in a year and a half, there will be 3 albums completed from RightonQuelive, and that will be that. I'll say this also, She's Gotta Have It, and I'll say this, Crash. Remember that song?
I like Crash. That's Mars.
Right, shout out to Mars. I have a song that's like a graduated version of Crash called First Trip, so I'm very excited for that one. And She's Gotta Have It, I feel we brought Sierra Chantel, shout out to her. She has her own track this time.
Okay, she's a solo. Okay.
So I'll say that.
All right. Looking forward to it, definitely. And my friends support it. I'll make sure they do again. Oh, and while we're speaking of supporting, if you're coming this far, subscribe to RightonQuelive. Listen to the album We Are Live. And let me just say a pet peeve of mine. Why is it that you people don't know how to hit the like button? Because you liking the video may put it on somebody else's page so then they can like it, and that gets more exposure. You new niggas, okay? Don't view and not like. How hard is that?
Yeah, and I can say 2 things. So one, you know, shout out to you, Mom. You're good. You're good. Me, I know I could do better with that promoting mid-talk thing, because I be forgetting. I do the last minute, this and that. I should have always been doing at the beginning, and then once again in the middle. Whatever. It's not a natural thing that I should have been doing better. 2, though, I can't really blame the naggers that much because I don't like videos. I never liked a video in my life. So it's like, I understand the impulse of like, I just
again, Fredo, if I'm working on something here, I don't need you coming on talking about, well, I don't like videos either. Shut it up, okay? Let me stand alone. Like the videos, okay? How hard is that? Here you go. Co-signing your foolishness. Jesus Christ. All right, let's get into my speed round. It's not a speed round like yours, your made-up ass questions. These are real questions, all right? All right. What's your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure. Chips.
Unfortunately.
What do you mean? Yes.
All right. This is a good one.
And I will say this too. That's one of the things. I'm going to deviate from you from giving me this sickness, this disease, this addiction that I have that I can't break free from.
Yes. We're going to try our best not to do Queen. We're going to try it. We're going to try it.
And I will say though, you know, but I think we was at your house when you was like, oh, it's a month left today. Was we there that day? Yeah.
September the 8th, we're here, yes.
Yeah, so since then, I haven't had no chips. I said I'm not going to have any chips till Queen is born. So,
okay. Go ahead, boo. Yeah, I've had all your chips since then, so. Okay. If you were dying, they say your life flashed before your eyes. This is what they say. And if you were dying, which memory would you want to be playing at the end?
So the very last memory.
Mm-hmm.
You hear morbidness, boy. Like the very last one. Now I gotta organize the memory before I die. Oh, that's perfect. I got my very last. Let's just say for an easy one, a low hanging fruit memory of the first time I hold my daughter. I'll say that.
Okay. See, I mean that was very easy to me. Mine would be me giving birth to you. You know,
the 36 hours of agony and pain.
After that shows you how much love you have for a child. The 36 hours of agony and pain and the scar still here that itches. I would still have that memory of them putting you on my body and me saying, who he look like Eric, Jesus Christ. But it still was there. All right. This is a funny one to me. Have you ever been bullied or have you ever bullied someone? Don't act like you don't remember.
I have, of course, never been bullied in my life.
You better not have been. Mm-hmm.
But I have been accused of bullying. But like I said, I think I would never be able to outgrow my sense of humor. And I've only been into. That's why I tell people too, Mom. It's like the way I am now, I've pretty much been like this my whole life. Like the way I talk and the way I think and the way I joke. I've always been like this. It's just better packaged than an adult man. But it'd be a little abrasive from like an 8-year-old.
It didn't bother me because it's pretty much similar to mine. But
right.
that boy still got you on sight when he see you. So
on sight, allegedly.
He already told you on sight.
But yeah, so I've been accused of bullying at least once or twice. I resent that though.
You're not accepting that, okay? And next I have, do you hold any grudges?
Absolutely. I have several grudges. Dozens even maybe. But no, see, I don't like the phrase or the language of grudge. I just like to say I hold everybody accountable.
Okay.
I don't forget anything. So, because me, at least the way I interpret it, of course, everything actually has a definition. But the way I look at it, like a grudge is like it's bogging me down, it's weighing me down. Like
it's still important.
Right, because I told you when my old job that fired me, I really was going to risk my life and harm him if I ever saw him again. So I had to let go of that. But that was a grudge. That was a real grudge. So I had to let go of that. Now I just know it's accountability. Like if he ever needs something from me, you can never get nothing from me ever again in life. So
that's better in the long run because you don't hurt yourself in that.
Right. So I feel like that's generally how I am. Where it's like and I'll even bring that back up if I forget towards the end about how with this whole album and podcast stuff, whatever. So I feel I just like to hold everybody accountable for everything. Where some people, I feel like a lot of people, like forget about the accountability or just give people second chances or third chances, whatever. They don't keep intact the accountability of the history. No, I remember.
That's right. I don't forget nothing. So this ties into that. How difficult is it for you to forgive someone?
To forgive someone? How difficult is it to forgive someone? I guess I would say,
Not your interview, mama.
Like to forgive, I guess it's not that easy. I mean, I guess it's not that hard because I think it's kind of weird. Like, because it's not that hard if it isn't that deep to me. Depending on who you are, something I might forgive. I'd be like, oh, you forgave that kid, whatever. Like, but if it's something where it's like it's into grudge land or accountability land, it's like I'm just never gonna forgive you. Like it is what it is. So you can say it's hard. I feel if you get me past the point where it's not that deep to me, plenty of my friends have done things like, why would you do this? It's just dumb. Like Dre is my brother, one of my closest friends ever. Dre has done plenty of dumb things. I was like, why? Like, that's just stupid. But it wasn't.
And it's probably also because you could separate it. You didn't put it as a grudge. You was like, that was dumb. We moved on. It's like you don't have that bad gene that I have where, I hold a grudge forever and then I can't forget you because I'm still mad, So even though I don't make it important, it's just that I can't forget that I didn't like you.
Right. Gotcha. And and some of those little things that we talked about with your relationships or friends, whatever. y'all can still move on, but you definitely still hold on to those.
Oh yeah,
right, yeah.
I ain't forget. Yeah, I'm holding on to that.
Yeah, so
And as soon as you get the opportunity for me to say, "Oh hell no," because the last time I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, so with me, this is a little thing. As long as it didn't like break the bond or you didn't betray me, I feel like if you betrayed me or did something to me, then there's no forgiving ever in life. So you something I didn't like or you stupid or dumb. It's just like, all right, whatever, let's move on.
Got you. All right, now you always say and die on that hill. I've heard you say that many times. Do you have any convictions that you would die for? Like something you truly believe in, and I'm gonna die for that. You know how they did it on our show Game of Thrones? They asked her, they said yes, and they killed them, something like that.
Yeah, so no. Only like my word is not that deep, like to be dying for it. But only thing I'm ever dying for is like a loved one. Like other than that, no, I can change my mind for a split second to live for another day. Like it's not that deep.
Exactly. Uncle asked me the other day because that lady, the black lady Kim Kardashian, got out of jail. Forgot her name right now, but she went and pretty much kissed ass with Orange Man, and so James said, "Well, if he let me out, would you do his RNC or whatever?" I said, "Ooh." I said, "Okay, you know what? If I could just stand there and say I'm voting for him, I would do it to get James out of jail. I would." Because I know, and everybody who fucking knows me know that I'm not gonna vote for him. But if me standing on the stage to say that will get my brother out of jail, then I would do it. So that's why I said, so yeah, I'm really strong in my faith and my beliefs, but I also wouldn't let it be detrimental to a loved one.
Right.
So that's why I said, so you got that wiggle room for me. Now, if you had to walk me to the booth to vote for him, then Jay might be stuck the fuck up in there. What we ain't gonna do is let him get winning because my one vote. We're not gonna do that.
Wow, that's a great analogy and point. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I've always looked at those situations, not even something that's a very nuanced situation against one out of jail. I've always thought about that, on some like straight coon stuff when they say, "Would you stand next to Trump if he paid you money?" And if he was like, "I wouldn't do it," I'd be like, "Hell yeah, I stand next to Trump. He paid me."
Because what else I gotta do for that? Like, long as I don't have to do nothing that's really gonna harm me. It's harming me, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah. But if I got to stand next to him, he ain't touching me or nothing, y'all take that money.
I'll hug Trump. No, they got me messed up. Like, y'all call me coon all y'all want. I didn't vote for the man. It's cool. Like, what? To my video,
I would never let him touch me, and I would never touch him. Never. That's how I'm ripping that orange ass head wig of his off. It's only how I'd be locked the fuck up messing with his dumb ass.
Like, what's up, Trump? Like, yo, bring it in. Bring it in.
See, that's Trump you cool hell. As you say, as your boy Dr. Umar says. Cool. All right. What's the best part of your day?
Sada, my friends call me coon with a Q, right?
Excuse me?
They call me coon with a Q.
What does that represent?
Q, coon. So it's coon put together.
No, they calling my son a coon?
They call me coon. For something, for what I just said just now, they would call me a coon for that with the Q. Yeah.
Oh, joke.
Yeah, joke, of course.
Okay. Because I would look for them to be on site.
Yeah. It's not Penn State either. It's just, okay, cool.
Because she just got off my list. Don't make me put her back on here. She just got off my list. All right. Best part of your day? Best
part of my day is, so I'll give you this, Mama was making fun of me of, this is, you turning to Bert, me having your tendencies. So the best part of my day is when I wake up and I have my privacy in the bathroom. And I can just be in there on my phone, minding my business, catching up with the world, reading things, watching videos, this and that. And then the worst part of my day is when I'm fucking disturbed, talking about, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. You in there for 45 minutes.
Oh.
Full circle, now I understand.
Yes. And that's I said always, we need 2 bathrooms because that's the decompression time. Just in there, time goes fast in here too. It really does. It really does. All right. If you had a free plane ticket, where would you go? Free.
I would have to go to somewhere in Africa. I would have to. So I'll probably go to Egypt.
Okay. That was my next question. Because Mama, one time I think you went to a wedding with her. You said they gave them land. And that's when you said, oh, maybe we'll get married then. So if Mama Family gave you a gift for Queen and it was land, would you sell it or would you go build on it?
I think I would definitely not sell it right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think no matter what, I'll have to hold it for some years to see what happens. Because, the value could go up whenever somebody get built there or whatever. So no matter what, for the foreseeable future, we'll just hold on to it.
But you're going to see yourself moving there to live.
What, is it in Africa? I'm not moving to Africa. What?
That's just free land.
No. We would, see, in that case, I was thinking about something here. So if it's land in Africa, I wouldn't sell it. I'd probably just keep it as our land. That's like our vacation spot we can go to.
So you would build on it and stay there, but not live there.
I don't know. My mama can go there. She can go there, whenever she wanted to get away from me or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I remember that little conversation you had when I went to that wedding or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How did you meet? I already asked you that one. Sorry, I guess I cross them off.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think your friends influence your personality?
My friends influence personality. I think my friends influence it by just being who they are and just having it thrive. So I feel like because they are who they are and good and bad and naturally funny and naturally nothing worse than a person that can't catch
You said catch the lob that you throw?
Not just a lob, but I feel like I call it like humor. What is that? Ping pong. So I feel like if I say a reference or a joke or whatever, and you're able to bounce it back, like, all right, bet now we got a rhythm, we bid and whatever. But not worse than someone just hit the ball off the table and they say something like, what? Like, what is
right? That? Or either they're offended or they're sitting there offended.
They mess with the flow. So I feel like all my friends had that in common where you can just bounce. Like we can bounce whatever. You might be the butt of the joke that day. Shout out to the group chat. We got 4 people in there. It may be your day it may be your day where the jokes are coming right at you. So I feel like, and that just makes it thrive. And everybody know if you listen to me, like my podcast stuff typically comes from other conversations in real life. So whether it's in my group chats or with you or my other friends or my jobs or whatever, it's all full circle conversations I have with people, and I just bring it to different spaces or whatever. These conversations grow. I'm just talking to different type of people, whatever. And then usually once it gets to the podcast, it's kind of crystallized. Kind of talked to a few people about it already, whatever. I guess kind of like a comedian stand-up or whatever. But so I just love my friends, and just and I feel like I thought this other day too, where it's like I like that. I feel like when you're pursuing something, especially like in the creative space, you can maybe get caught up in your own hype of just like, I want to only talk about this. I don't want to talk about my podcast, talk about other creatives, or talk about what's going on in the media or entertainment world. But and of course, I know you may be like, no, your friends are trash. But I feel like with my friends though, whenever I talk to them,
I ever called your friends trash?
No, what I'm about to say.
Okay.
It's rarely ever about like my podcast or whatever I'm doing. Nobody asks me, so cute, like, who you got featuring your album this time? Or, who'd you interview here? Like no, that's separate. And then recently it brought me clarity of because it truly doesn't matter. Like that podcast doesn't make me or whatever I'm doing. And also people that I meet through the podcast and people I meet.
Extension of yourself. It's not who you are. It's extension.
Right. It's an extension of the podcast. Also don't even matter to me. These are just associates and acquaintances and strangers also for the most part stuff. Like, they don't fucking matter. My real friends in real life would truly matter. And we talk about, real things and real shit that brings us joy and funny and real shit outside of like whatever I'm doing in my own personal pursuits with them. And they still, at the end of the day though, my great friends.
They support you.
Yeah, whenever it's time to support in some way, they support them. And that's all that truly matters to me.
That's important because if they like other parts of your personality and that's what y'all engage in your conversations, that's great. But as long as it's time to set it down, I'm about to do something, they're there to support you, and that's all that matters. I still will call them trash though, but not to bring it up. But that's just me. That's just me. All right. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You have a 5-year-old by then, and what else you gonna say?
In 5 years, in 2025, I see me being close to being not calling it, but I'll just say I'll at least be well off in some way. I think I've been planting seeds for 4 years with this podcast and creative space and creative pursuits. Now I'm going into a space of like creating practical seeds of just being financially stable, financially progressive. So I feel like those things are going to merge. I feel this is a great time, 2020, and just all this year has had to offer for bad and good. And
Mm-hmm.
my daughter being born, for that's giving me even a heightened sense of focus and direction. I feel that's going to amount. Because I already got like my own personal clock of like a 4-year thing. So in 5 years, I feel that's going to be that. And I think I'm just going to be more of a freelancer in spirit of just pursuits, whatever. And most importantly, I believe I will no longer be working a job. I think whatever I'll be doing, I'll be able to be.
To be sustained by your craft.
Yeah, not even just. I like pursuits, sustained by my pursuits, whatever, and
Okay.
I'll be reputable in that facet.
That's good, and I see it for you. You know I do. I see it for you. I see you prospering, and we have a little baby in kindergarten. Won't be no damn corona. They gotta be home, getting homeschooled by a person who can't read, don't want to read. You know, we don't need that. Nobody needs that in their life. All right. And what is the most?
See, that's the problem. You never give me credit when you speak as your disappointment. Let's talk about how even I've never read a book in my life. You hate when I say this, why I said it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never read a book in my life. I've still made it this far of intelligence and just knowledge of things. Like, you know, like it ain't too many people that I know that know like just more things than me or just more worldlier than me. That's without reading.
Let's debunk that bull crap we keep saying anyway. First of all, you did book reports for me. You did book reports for Lotus. So you have read a book. Because the books I made you read, made you read them. Okay? And Holes pops in my head the most. Then you read
newsflash. I ain't read that whole book.
Well, you are not gifted enough to have fooled me on a book report because the questions I asked, as you see, are deep and entailed, okay? And you answered the questions.
All I'm telling you is I didn't read the whole book. That's all I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. So you went down there. So you went down that hill and just being a man. Okay. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. All right. What's the most dangerous thing or the most challenging thing you ever done?
You say dangerous first?
Mm-hmm.
The most dangerous or challenging thing I've ever done. Most dangerous or challenging? Well,
I got one that you're not gonna remember, and I'll tell you what you did. But
okay. Well, a sense of shame and disappointment came to my mind when we was on the cruise, and I refused. I didn't climb up the wall, and the little white girl climbed up the wall. In my mind, that was extremely dangerous, and I was like, "Not today, not today." I definitely regret that, but in that moment, I was definitely terrified. I think I'm gonna fall. Dude, not gonna catch me. I'm gonna just die on a cruise ship. That's not. I can't end my life like this.
Wow.
What you got?
When we went to go visit your godmother, the Capilano expansion bridge is a bridge to go across a valley. You remember that? And
I know, but you told me this, yeah.
Yes, and you wanted to go across this fucking bridge. The bridge was this big, and it was expansion, so you know it's like a rope, just like a rope. So me and Bar standing there, thinking it's crazy, and we both thinking, well, how much do a hold? You know, because we're not sure about this. And while we stand and discussing, you know, I started going across the goddamn bridge. So my choice was to either let you go and die, or I go with you and die. So I chose the latter. And I go take it off across, and I just couldn't believe it because it was really like going across the Grand Canyon, but it wasn't the Grand Canyon. Just a valley of, and you were just having a good time going across the thing, and that was the most dangerous thing you ever done, and made me, in part, be the most dangerous thing I ever done because there was nothing holding us but a bridge this wild. And when you stepped on it, it moved. It was just like a rope. It's crazy. But it's called a Calipano, Cipalano. So it's either Silipano or Calipano Bridge in Canada.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Craziness. And you were old enough to know better. You just didn't care. You just gone.
Oh, like 5?
5, yep. 5 years old. I'm saying, so you knew, because I said no, and we were discussing it, and you was like, okay. And I kept telling Bart, because Bart came too. We both were going to go together with you. He's going to die with you. And I said, well, I got to go. Because if he died, then I got to go kill Eric. So I might as well go on across the bridge with him, and we both made it across. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was the most dangerous thing we both have done that I know. So I just wonder if you had done anything else I didn't know about. Like, you ain't go skydiving yet. You ain't go, what's that thing called? Zip lining, none of that kind of stuff yet?
Yeah, like I don't see me ever really doing that.
I want to. I want to skydive and zip line.
Skydiving, I think about that more than zip line. I'm gonna do zip lining, even though I guess that's technically dangerous, but I'm gonna do that one day. But I think about skydiving and bungee jumping, but I think about skydiving more than bungee jumping. The idea of the cord is it just doesn't process in my brain. Skydiving, jumping out of a fucking plane. But I'm like, for some reason that kind of make more sense. But at the same time, I just truly can't see myself jumping out of a plane. Like it's just I can't see it. Like I can see me being up there and just like, nah, it's not happening.
On my bucket list, I want to do it so bad. That I want to deep sea dive.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's nothing.
Those are my 2 bucket lists. But I want to do it somewhere nice. Like if I skydive, I want to be like in Australia. So I have 2 things to conquer or 2 things to check off the list: Australia, Africa. Do it there. So then I got the beautiful land plus a place I want to go to. So,
and we went to I forgot where we was at. What island? We went over vacation. Me and Mom went, and it was like the beach. They said you don't swim or die. I guess that was kind of dangerous. And I went to
Puerto Rico. You told me about that was Puerto Rico, I think.
Puerto Rico, okay, yeah. They said swim at your own risk or die type thing. Like don't. And I just went out there, and I understood why they said it when I got out there. But that was cool. I did that.
Oh, side note. This is a scenario. I watched it yesterday. Husband and wife laying in bed. Wife wake up. Husband shot in the head.
Okay.
She called the cops. Cops come. Bitch, you shot her. What you call? Let's lock you up. She's like, no, I did not. When I got up, the front door was open. Somebody evidently came and shot me in the head. So give me the scenario when the cops call me. What's going to happen to Mama?
Well, I asked Mom, what you going to do?
She did what?
She said, I ain't shoot you. Ain't my problem. I don't know what happened. That's my story.
And unfortunately, that story would get her killed. The sad part about the situation was she would be dead, and guess what? She really didn't do it.
I mean, yes, I would assume she really didn't do it. My else to show, but
No, this is a true story. But they locked her up and everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's called fuck. I just been watching it. Evil Lives Here. She didn't do it. His ex-wife came in because her kid lived there, so she knew how to get in there. She came in, shot him in the head, and went on back out the house. And guess how they found out? She had to tell. It took 5 years. They had that girl in jail and everything. Because you're the only one here, lady, and she had blood and stuff on her because when she came back and started shaking them, she had blood on her. They like, The cops was looking at her like.
Did the ex-wife intentionally do that to set the other wife up?
No, she wanted to shoot her too, but the gun jammed. She came to kill them both. She wanted her kid back. Yeah, and that's what the girl, they interviewed the wife out of jail. They said, well, how do you feel? She go, I guess I feel lucky because I'm supposed to be dead right now. She came to kill them both to get her kid.
Wow.
But the gun, and that's why the door was open too. Because after the gun jammed, she saw she's going to wake up. So she ran. That's why the door was open. So then when the lady said the door was open, they all looking at her like, really? That's what we going to believe? And they didn't believe her. So they locked her up. 5 years, the ex-wife started drinking and the guilt was getting to her. And then she told her herself.
Wow.
Told her herself. Yeah. So that's what I thought of. Like, that's crazy. So, but meanwhile, your woman would have been dead already, and I'd have found out 5 years later, oh, she really didn't do it. Just thought that was comical.
Should have listened. Damn.
Because you're not going to tell me my son and you only went home, and he did. The baby was 5, so it wasn't her. The baby that she's mad about was 5. So that was just the interest show I watched yesterday. It made me think of y'all guys. Okay. Just make sure nothing happened to my son. She knows that already, though. Ever. So, as you said, did you enjoy yourself today? Do you have any questions for me as the host?
Yes, ma'am. We're going to flip it now, but I did enjoy myself. You actually did a really good job, Mom.
Thank you. I learned from the best, which is you.
Thank you. So, real quick to do some counters. How do you feel, entering, because me, my whole life, I always wonder how you would be as a grandmom or approaching grandma. Oh, yeah, she might be a deadbeat grandma. I'm not really sure. But, she's going to be like, Mama got to live too, and I don't know. But so,
I'm got to live too, Jody.
Yeah, so but it's been interesting to see you just flip that switch, and maybe because as you would say, you were taking all day. You could have did it 2-3 years ago, whatever. Maybe if it was 2, 3, 4 years ago, you'd be like, nah, I'll see the baby whenever.
Mhm.
But whenever, it's interesting to see that switch just flip of like, no, grandma mode. Like,
Mhm.
so
I do believe that I would have gave you the mama got life too, Jody, 3 years ago. I really would, because I was full on into everything I was doing. I was never home. That's why Andre was mad. I was never home. I was either line dancing or partying or just out. And
Wait, real quick though, before you even say all that, now I think about it though, it's probably because of the COVID though. If it wasn't a lockdown, you probably still wouldn't care. That's probably really what it is. Next year, when things are going back possibly, man, baby, I don't got time.
Never. I'm very excited. I have said this before to her personally, but I've said it to you, that it never was about marriage for me. It never was about anything other than somebody that you can cohabitate with without any issues and raise an exceptional child. Same thing I did. I've always wished that for you. And once I met Mama, and she was faking at first, cooking for me, acting like her favorite color was pink and stuff. I seen through all that. But her true self loved my son. And I couldn't ask for anything better than that. And I know that she will be a great mother. And that's all I ever wanted for you. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to hear. I want to skip over to next year so she can say BB this and BB that. I'm trying to skip to words. But I look forward to it. I look forward to imparting myself on it, whether y'all like it or not, because, that's who I is. I can't help myself. You know that already. But, yeah, I'm definitely in grandma mode, way mode. I got so many things in my brain and so many things I want to do. And I'm just excited. Really am.
Yeah, so one of the things that, I grew up, just hating, resenting was your 0 to 100 type reaction times and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, especially when I was in high school, I used to often feel, I'm just like, why is it just 0? Why is it 10? Like, why is it 10 for everything? He's like, I'm like, am I like a bad kid to some standard? I'm doing pretty good in life. Like, I ain't really doing nothing crazy or reckless. Like, what is this like reaction? Like this hoodlum type stuff, whatever. It's like, what are your thoughts on like that and looking back on it? Like what are your thoughts in general before I even extend on that?
I have an extreme personality. There's nothing but 0 to 100. I do have an extreme personality. I wouldn't change a thing, because if you had caught me as one of those do for nothing kids, then I just beat you to death. So you wouldn't have made it to who you are now. So my thought process was, I'm doing all I have to do to keep you from going to the left. Cause you know how you used to love saying this, that I was a weirdo kid, but almost. Yeah. That's what you say, but you weren't. You were a special kid, and you needed my direction to make sure you stayed special. And how you think you would just be a weird to the left, you could have been a hoodlum to the left, and we wasn't about to have that. I couldn't give birth and prosper a child that wouldn't be worthy of me. So that's why my 0 to 100 personality was extreme for you, but I wouldn't change a thing. And unfortunately, it has only gotten worse. My friends tell me all the time, like, we were supposed to go out. And the COVID got people all acting, like you said, where we're going to go, what we're going to do, da-da. But I just started venturing out lately. So I'm like, oh, girls, I went here. Let's go. Okay, well, and there was too much talking. It's either yes or it's no. So then I came back on a group and said, fuck you, bitches. I ain't playing nothing ever again. And I meant it. So, of course, a couple of them, most of them don't say nothing, but a couple of them was like, well, damn, why I got to go out now or never go out again? I said, oh, no, you can go out, but I'm never going to ask you again. Never going to plan it. Never going to ask y'all shit again. So that's what I was told. You always been this way, but your shit gets more extreme. I don't think it is. I think I have less patience. But I've always been 0 to 100. Mm-hmm. So that's just what it is.
But to give you a funny full circle moment, that's what happened with, Mama in that damn room. When I cleaned the first time, it's a long story, for the listeners. But then when I happened second, I said, I'm not cleaning this room ever again. So the extremeness possibly came out there, whatever.
Because you do it, and then you're like, you know what? Ain't no middle ground. So I'm over it. I'm over it.
And I'm gonna bring that back to the podcast a little later. But how about this? do you feel you was born to be a mother, and what does that question or statement mean to you?
Yes, I was born to be a mother. And it means that I had things inside me that I can instill in someone else to make them better than me and to see another form of me prosper. And I was born for that because my mom will tell you that I've always been nurturing. Like I said, that's why I said I'm looking forward to seeing you a mama who hasn't had that. Where I've been nurturing kids since I was 3 years old. You know, 'cause my brother was a needy child. So I had him. Then after him was Damon. Then after Damon was my father's daughter. Then it was always somebody that I had, and I enjoyed it. So I just knew the only thing that I regret is not having more because I'm great. And I should have had more. And I don't care what you say, but I couldn't spread it out. I was gonna be that one that could do it. I could have done it. You know, to show my genes and all these 3 different kids. I think it's a great thing.
Okay, interesting. Recently, I heard someone say that or ask a woman that, and they was taken aback by it because they was like, yeah, they said, yeah. Yeah, so does that mean like you feel that's the greatest thing you've ever done? Or you feel if you just never had a chance to do it, you would have felt incomplete? So what do you think about that?
I would have felt incomplete.
Okay.
And it's still the greatest thing I've ever done. I gave life to someone that is exactly what I envisioned him to be. Because when I had you, I looked in your face and I said, you're going to be great. You're going to be great. And nobody loves you more. And I've always gotten that from you. I've always pushed you on that. And it's a pleasure to see it. So no, I would have been definitely incomplete because I knew it. I knew I could do it. I knew I could be great. And I just needed the kid to do it, you know. And I've been also lucky because I had the perfect partner to make me do what I did.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that type of, not that exactly, but, I guess that maybe that's exactly like that type of just connection or bond or whatever is only from a mom? Because, you carry the child, you bear the child, then, of course, once it leaves, you have that sense of connection. Like, you feel that type of thing's only from a mom that's possible?
No. I believe there are men out here that have that same bond, that same lay down your life for that child. It's just unfortunately not that many of them. But I believe a man can have that experience because I think it's me. I think I could have been a man with the same thing for my child, because we already discussed your dad. Your dad, I don't love you any more than your dad. I just show it different because that's who I am. Right. So I think that if I'd have been a man, I'd have been the same love, so it's just a personality thing. But I do know some men in my life that I know that, they just like me, but men. And I think it's even better to see because you don't see it often. And I think you have it in you. You have, who called us psycho people because we have empathy and stuff? Was that mama who talked about us? Somebody called to say that we had no empathy and stuff.
Well, I think we're got empathy, yeah, right.
I think that we do because nobody in this world can say I don't love you and would do anything for you. So it's going to come out for your child. So I don't care about Eric and Andre and pretty much anybody but you. And that's probably what you're going to do. So we have it in us, and it's strong.
For sure. You got something to say? You got something to say over there, Mama? You got something?
That's how y'all describe empathy, I guess.
What'd she say?
Just something in the African language. I don't know what you're talking about. How about, do you have anything that's a regret, whether with me or in your own personal life, at any point?
My biggest regret is not finishing college.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say not the kids part, because you also say you would have had more or whatever. But
yes, right. My biggest regret is not finishing school when I had the opportunity to do so. And then my next regret is not having more children, only because I try not to think of it as a regret because I believe the Lord gave me what I needed, which is you. But sometimes when I see how good I did, I just wanted to have more. And that's just being selfish because the decision was made that this kid can get everything he wants just by having him. You're going to spread yourself thin by having more. And if more people thought about that, you wouldn't have people with 4 and 5 kids who can't take care of them. I don't care what you tell your people out here in these podcast streets, but there's nothing you didn't get. There's nothing you wanted you didn't get. And there's nowhere you didn't go. And that's because I chose to put all I had into one and start trying to divide it into 2.
All I know is I had to wait a little bit for the Xbox 360.
You know what?
I had to wait a little bit for the Xbox 360.
You had, what's that colored one you had? You had a colored one, and then you had another one. They had like 5 game systems. You had them all. You had all 3 PlayStations.
Never said I didn't get it. I said I had to wait that time. There's nothing wrong with that.
And you waited to when? The Friday instead of the Tuesday? When'd you wait, Q?
My birthday or Christmas.
Oh my God. You still gonna stay on that narrative? I can't wait till Queen start lying on you. Because you did not. First of all, you better Google when the damn PlayStation came out or the Xbox. That wasn't nowhere near your birthday. I mean, nowhere near Christmas. It came out, you got it. Matter of fact, you got that one that's colored. What's that colored one? It was like purple. The remote control was purple. Maybe that was Nintendo's.
Talking about, Nintendo 64?
Maybe, whatever. That was because you wanted it. And I was like, you sure? You already got a PlayStation. But you got it the same time. You had them at the same time. The same with that Xbox 360. Wasn't it 2 of those?
It was the Xbox and the Xbox 360, yes.
And you got them both. And then you wanted something else. So don't you even try this Christmas birthday crap, okay? And the same with the games. We was at Circuit City buying games all the time.
We was there buying DVD. But see, I understand how this is warped in your mind because it's natural. It was your money. There's a lot of money going out. So I get how you think all this happened.
Yeah, you warped in your mind because you had to wait until Friday instead of Tuesday.
I understand how this seemed like it all happened in the same year to you. Like you had the Xbox 360 Monday, the Xbox One on Tuesday, the PlayStation on Wednesday, the other PlayStation. First of all,
the only one you ever got on Christmas was PlayStation 2. That's the only one you ever got on Christmas. And you know what you got that on Christmas? Because your uncle bought for everybody. That's the only that one you got on Christmas. Everyone I bought, you got when you asked for them. See? You forgot that. James bought you the PlayStation 2, and he bought it on Christmas. I got a picture of him walking in the front door with it in his hands.
Now, Mom, breaking news is how I'm about to win this debate. The PlayStation 2 came out.
Oh, 1. Excuse me. PlayStation 1.
Point still stands. For the PlayStation 2, I got it months after because I just had to go over the Antoinette house or my mom's house, and Tiara them had the PlayStation 2, and they playing Grand Theft Auto all the time. I didn't have it right away, and that's fine. You trying to make it seem like I was poor with the syrup.
Oh, and you ain't get Grand Theft, every one of them damn numbers? Every Grand Theft Auto number? Every one of them? We was at, what's that place on Shelton Avenue? Where they stole all the money when you gave them damn tapes back. What's that place called?
GameStop?
Yes. We was there all the time because they used to come out and tell you when it came out, and we would be there that same day. The last game I ever bought you, when you was grown damn near, I was working down the gallery. I had to go to the GameStop in the gallery and get whatever game that was. So don't even try it with your revisionistic history. Can't wait to Queen lies with you and say the only thing you ever bought her was her baby shower gift. I can't wait to hear it. And I'm going to co-sign it.
That's cool. I'll be like, all right. Like,
it's not cool. It's not cool. The lies. And listen, and your father was so dumb, I would ask him, but he don't remember shit anyway.
Wait, you had a game?
Yeah, I can't ask him to co-sign because he don't remember nothing.
Anyway, so you say I think because you said the college thing, and but it's that time. I guess you more so you're saying you would have still went to California, but just finished school there.
Yeah, well that's why I went.
Right, I know. So,
right, so I was not bullshitting. I would have finished what I went there for.
Yeah, so not that you would have stayed in Westchester, but you just would have finished. In California. Yeah,
I was still going to California, but I would have finished because what happened was we didn't realize we was living on a dream. Right. They said you go to school for free, but when we got there, you thought you had to live there for a year. Right. So in that year, you had to live, so we had to get jobs. Mm-hmm. Then we both got jobs that we liked, and we started working at the bank. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, school," and we neither one of us went, me or Bart. And then when I finally got myself together and kept telling that to Andre, he was like, "Well, go to school there." So then I started again, and then it was only good when I worked at Enterprise because I had flexible hours. Once I finally got the city job, then I couldn't go to school. Well, I couldn't go at night anymore. Mm-hmm. So I quit again. So that's my regret. I should have finished the first time so I wouldn't have had all those regrets as far as school. Mm-hmm. And definitely with the kid situation, your father ain't the boss of me. I should have just had more kids. But I agree with him because your father, unlike you who said, I only want a boy and I'm done, he said, I only want a kid and I'm done. Right. And he really only wanted one kid. Right. So, but he wasn't the boss of me and I should have just had more kids.
No, okay. You trap him again. I understand that goes. What do you think about this? So I actually believe that, of course, you always talking trash about my generation. I actually believe my generation is like the final opportunity, at least for the foreseeable future, for like the next generation or two, to change things and really put some ultimate shifts to what's going on in society, whatever. I feel like we're the bridge from like the more some older ways and then some true modern ways. You know, I remember floppy disk. I remember VHS tapes, and then I've seen it go into Blu-ray and DVDs and USB chips. I mean USB ports, whatever. We've seen everything. We've seen.
You've seen the big computer to the laptop.
Yeah, like I remember dial-up computer, and now I know what 5G is, whatever. So I feel we're just a bridge of like both perspectives of knowing, like, oh no, like where someone that's older than us might be like a little out of touch, and then someone that's younger than us might just be like, what the fuck is a VHS tape? I don't understand. Like, so
I always get the generations mixed up. What is this generation? What's y'all called? What's y'all new ones called?
I'm technically a millennial. Yeah.
And that age starts from where? 30? What year? 90?
Actually, it's like from like 34 or 5 to like I think 18 right now, 20, something like that.
Well, I could agree then, because I was going to say you were too young, but if we go to 34, then I could agree, because you do. But first of all, you're exceptional because you're my child. You know all those things, but everybody your age doesn't. Even with music, you know all kinds of genres of music because of Dad, Andre, all that, and your own eclectic view. So some people your age don't know what you know. You know what a black and white TV is, but I bet you can find somebody that's 28 that doesn't.
Oh, yeah, I feel generally.
So yes, I agree that age range from 34 to 18, you're right. That's the bridge of the knowing the old stuff and knowing the new stuff.
And I feel like what I know is also, I think like with Joe Budden, right? Joe Budden, I believe Joe Budden used to be abusive. Like it is what it is. Like he used to be abusive.
Oh yeah.
Used to fairly recent, who knows it, but you used to do things. There's no way everybody's lying. Like, so that's fine. Like I believe if that happened, I believe you may change whatever. I don't know you nor care to judge your character.
Right.
I'm not invested. But I understand the plight of like, of course, like bad is bad, but also society was totally different back then. Like the way media was and the world was, like it was just different. Like we are way more aware now and just woken on type of stuff, whatever. So to have people that's older than 35 to try to act like they didn't do certain things 20 years ago, like even you, everybody had conversations. Yeah, I used to talk a certain way, which is whatever type thing. So like that was society though. Society was like that.
It wasn't as looked down upon as it does now.
Right. So I think it's interesting seeing people that's older than me be like, try to act like they didn't do certain things. That was you. You did it. So either just be like, I've changed or whatever. But I feel like our generation, we're young enough that we're like, for the most part, like some people, like you're going to find whatever. But I feel like we're old enough to know that we kind of grew up in seeing history being attacked. Like we understand your history goes nowhere on the internet. What you did in the past is going to be there forever. So I feel like we move and of course people do crazy things, but I feel we just have better grasp of just knowing how history is attached to you. So therefore, and then on top of that, we grew up also, we became adults in the modern, aware, sensitive era. So we just know that, oh yeah, like we understand the wrongs of the past. We understand why it's kind of necessary to change.
And y'all see the repercussions of Me Too.
Right.
Like, oh shit, they was doing that, you know, like Charlamagne's only what, 45 maybe 40, 45, I don't know how old he is.
Like
but remember, he was going around deleting all his shit because he's going around smelling everybody's chair that came to the Breakfast Club.
Exactly.
We thought it was funny though. We was like, oh my God, that's funny. He called it, you know, look at everybody's titties and stuff. But then he had to delete that stuff because he was right there, like, it was funny to us, but it's still on tape. So that's how he got in trouble still. So yeah, y'all definitely should know better because you definitely seen what was wrong.
And I feel we just naturally, you know, me, like I'm not one of the most sensitive type people, but I feel like we also have a good amount of people that's like, no, y'all, it's good that, you know, we talk more about therapy or trauma and try to break certain patterns or curses or whatever to just truly evolve or whatever. So I should say we got a lot of stuff we have a good grasp of, like the old, that's good of the old and what could be better of the new. Where anyway, I feel like the younger people are kind of too caught up in the modern era of just distractions because there's just so much going on and they have no foundational roots of the past. So they have nothing to grasp on. So they're just like, yeah, social media.
And they're the ones out here doing all the dirt that makes it sad for me to think when I get old and I still can't fight these little niggas. They're the ones that are going to be in charge because they're the ones I see every day at work. You know, they're the ones doing all this reckless shit out here. It don't make any sense that they supposed to be in school and they done sold the computers. It doesn't make any sense. You know, the school done gave you a computer and you done sold it already. Now you in jail talking about, well, I wasn't doing that shit because nobody was helping me. But you in the 10th grade, nobody should have to help you. You should sit your dumb behind down and be able to self-school yourself. But they don't care.
Right.
And so those are the ones under 18 that are very dangerous and scary that they're supposed to grow up eventually and help this country, which I don't see.
Yeah, so I think they definitely done because they got no roots. So I feel if we
Oh,
don't.
and the worst part is half of them ain't gonna be able to vote because half of them getting felonies already. So how can they change anything?
Yeah, so like unless we make the ultimate change by the time we get into like our 30s and 40s, then the world's gonna be done for like the next 50 to 100 years.
Yeah, so, it will be. Very sad, but it will be. I agree with you on that. I do.
Mm-hmm. What else I about to say? I already said, I'm gonna give you current race some more. Like I was raised. All right, so now I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you. I know you've been on here 3 times, but have I ever gave you like the more updated list of my speed round?
Nope, I don't think the last time we did it.
All right, cool. So, what is this chapter of your life called, and what was the past chapter of your life called?
This chapter is new beginnings for me too, because I'm about to be a grandmother. Mm-hmm. My past chapter was eclipse because I was settling down and thinking that it was nothing else to do. I'm just stuck in my ending. But I'm reprising, re-raising. Okay. I'm a phoenix now. I'm coming up.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
If I had a superpower, I would never die. What power would that be?
Okay, Nagger. Internal, like, vampire, Nagger.
Yeah, you remember I wanted to be a vampire when I was little.
Favorite album and favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Bad Boys 1. And my favorite album is I'll Give All My Love to You by Keith Sweat.
Okay. If you could describe yourself in 3 words.
Intelligent, honest, straightforward.
Okay. It's funny, 2 words I learned from you, and when we had conversations in the past at 2 different times, and you taught me 2 words. And I thought you were going to say at least one of them. I thought was coming when you said straightforward. First one was when I had to do like a family tree book report or something like that, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think like in every name you wrote, you had to write like a caricature or something. When I got to your name, you said inquisitive. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? Whatever. Because I've always been naturally inquisitive and whatever. And I feel that stuck on to me as I'm going older as well. And I feel that's why I naturally just like, I feel the podcast is an extension of me just being inquisitive, just talking to people with shit like that. Then the other word you told me at another time when you was talking about yourself, you said audacious. Oh, what does that mean? Whatever. So.
Loud and bold. That's me. Yeah. But I've always been that. So.
If you had $1 billion, what would be the first luxurious thing you buy yourself?
First thing I would buy myself is a trip around the world.
What is it?
A trip around the world.
All right, okay, gotcha. If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do?
If I had 24 hours to live, I would come get you and Queen and no, not you, Mama. No, I would come over there to you guys and I would spend my hours eating, drinking, just talking.
Have a party, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would just thought, what is your life motto or philosophy you live by?
My philosophy is always say what you mean and do what you say.
Okay. If you could witness any event of the past or future, well, one in the past and one in the future, what would it be?
What events would I want to see? Mm-hmm. I would love for you to see that you get a Grammy.
Mm-hmm. Some type of award. Okay.
Yes. I say Grammy because of music, but you do other things. That's true. So, mm-hmm. And then the past, I wouldn't have mind seeing Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech in person.
Okay. It's funny, I've always that when people reference that speech, like it's always so cliche, especially when white people use it. Of like, yeah, Martin Luther King, he wouldn't want this. But now that you say it, that part I couldn't even imagine what that felt like seeing that in person. Like, if you had to choose free unlimited service for 5 years from a chauffeur, cook, masseuse, housekeeper, or personal secretary, what would it be?
Cook.
Okay. All right. With that being said, though, give me your first 5 meals from this cook.
But see, if I got to cook, I would be good. I would get keto or some shit, something I can't make, something that I could get healthy with. That's why I said cook.
Okay.
But if I'm just picking the shit I won't eat, the problem is I'm gonna get some ribs, fried shrimp.
Ribs for breakfast.
I would get ribs, potato salad, and macaroni and cheese. Next meal would be some fried shrimp, potato salad, and then I would get me some lasagna. I would get me some turkey wings, potato salad, and macaroni and cheese. That's the problem. That'd be my shit. But yeah, if I had an actual cook, I would let them get me on a strict diet. I would make it taste good, so I would eat it.
Would you rather discover something great and share it, or evil and prevent it?
Great and share it.
Okay. So, you like Keith. I was recently talking to Keith, and he actually thought that he was like, he kind of reminded me of you when you be discussing at people and your answers to certain things. He like, I forgot which one he said he thought was the right one. To me, I think they both make sense. But so what do you think about that question, though? Does it seem like just simple to you, the way you just said it?
I think that the world is evil. Mm-hmm. So, y'all, you gotta live and deal with it. But if I want to be great, because that's what I aspire to always be, then I know something that I can help the world. So that's why I picked the great.
Yeah. Yeah. In what ways are you the same as your childhood self?
Straightforward. When I was little, they couldn't handle it. It's like, she always saying something, but it was what it was. And I'm still exactly the same way as that. And as you said earlier, now I'm just an adult, so I can use cuss words with it. But I said the same thing when I was young. People didn't like it.
What would you say was the happiest day of your life?
Besides giving birth to have my child?
So, like, that day was like, because, you already said, when you hold your child, so that was still, because, you could be like, no, the second day, I didn't have to go through the pain the first day, the second day.
No, it's the day, because all them 36 hours of pain led to that moment of me having you in my arms. So that's the day that you were born.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not the 24th, according to my dad.
Yeah, not the 24th. Still the 23rd.
What would you say, and I'll say before I shift to something else, what would you say, or like your thoughts of me entering fatherhood, just like anything that you want to make sure, some observations you noticed already, or things you want me to keep in mind moving forward, or thoughts of just me, your son, entering fatherhood?
I want you to be patient, learn, because you are patient, but you also on a course of mama, be more patient, because me and you have direct thoughts on most things. So since she's going to be more hormonal and more succinct with the baby, you got to be patient and try to let her thrive, like always back her up. So I want you to remember that, because it's hard having a kid, and then if you think the father's not understanding what you're going through, it makes it harder. And we want to be her emotional support, and a man can do it. It don't have to be her mother or me. A man can understand and appreciate this is what she did, so you can do as much as you possibly can. And I just want you to remember the patience part. And I see you're going to be great, because everything about you is great. I know you're going to adapt, to learn, to do what you need to do, and hopefully not too proud to ask what you don't know. Mm-hmm. Because some people don't want to ask. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. And also say, I got it. I got it. Because, I'm going to be there talking about, no. And I got it. And I'll step back, So that's what I look forward to.
Okay. I like all that. And that, like I said, like the people be trying to come at me saying, you don't know what you're getting into, but the walk through hell, the valley, the valley of the death. But no, I'm definitely, I know, one, I just know it's going to be a whole new thing that I have to, deal with.
It's a new experience. You've never done it. Mm-hmm.
But I also definitely am, I have no shame. You already know me too. I get that from my dad, where no shame, I can't do this. Or no, I don't know how to do this.
Right.
Show me. What is this? What's going on here? Mm-hmm. So like, no, I definitely would. I already know I'm not gonna be like no, like I know how to hold the baby, hold it like this. Like, no, like, let's get the mechanics together. So I feel like I'm already like I'm excited and comfortable. I feel like that's the word. Like, I'm comfortable with going into this new experience, knowing that I can't know everything, and it's okay that I don't know everything.
Exactly.
But also willing to know I'm excited to learn and just know that lifelong
ups and downs. And then for them to say you're going through hell and stuff, it's like this. I have no complaints about when you were a baby, you were attached to me. So I know people who never got sleep, they looked horrible. I look damn good because I got sleep, but I'm also not a person who needed a lot of sleep. So even when you just sleep by yourself or straight through the night till you was one. That probably, some people hear that like, oh my God, they want their baby to go sleep right away. I just knew that you didn't, so we adapted. And that's what y'all have to learn. You have to adapt to the baby in charge. So if the baby want to be up all night, stay up all night with it. But then the morning, y'all both going to sleep. Don't say, oh, I got to wash clothes now, and I got to do that. No, you got to get some sleep. So that's what you have to remember with the baby. The baby is in charge until it's old enough to comprehend. No, you sleep now, not when you want to. Until there's rules set. When they babies, they just do what the hell they want to do. So you'll be okay.
Interesting.
And you'll learn. So it's not hell. I would never address my infant days with you as hell. Not at all.
Gotcha. So that being said, though, so I'll let you know that with this last month, like I've been doing, we had a great opportunity to do my 2 albums in this past month at the same time, whatever. So we got a lot of stuff done, and we like just coming out, whatever. So what in that month, it brought a lot of clarity, perspective. Watch feel is an extension of this whole year, which brought clarity, perspective of things, whatever. And it made me just think, like, so initially I told myself in year 1 of the podcast, RightonQuelive, I told myself that by year 4, depending on what's going on, I would stop. I feel
really?
time to see exactly if it's worth moving forward or not, whatever. And when this year started, because I had this in mind going into this year. And then at the beginning or second half or the second quarter of this year, I was just like, well, this year didn't really count. Like, it's a whole pandemic. It's on lockdown.
Right.
It's like a what they call it, like a gap year. It don't really count. I was like, I got till next year in a sense. And it brought me a little comfort. But
because you didn't do everything you wanted to do yet. So you set that deadline, but if you didn't do everything you wanted to do, then you have to extend it.
Right. But then with this album process, I already told myself going probably at the beginning of it, and now that we did a lot of work, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done doing the album until I reach a new plateau of exposure or accessibility or leverage where I can do more.
Well, hopefully these fake ass people who can show your album will do so this time. I think the word show I want to use, I can't think of it. Yes, thank you. Promote your album will do so this time because We Are Alive was a great album, and more people promoted it on their page, and more people heard it. I don't know how at the end of the day how many views it was, but it could have been even more.
Right. Whatever. I'm not mad at that. Of course, people be stupid. It is what it is. But no matter what, though, what I've garnered from this process was like, what was it? So I'm choosing not to do another one until like a new plateau emerges. Cause I feel ultimately what the podcast album has in common is this many people don't deserve my energy and my efforts. Like that's
gotcha.
Like outside of feel like, oh, I'm beating down or jaded or defeated. Like no, like I just need to refocus and what I call like downsize my pursuits and my energy, whatever. Like
and just focus on the small, the ones. Give more attention to different ones instead of podcasts.
So it's not a definite thing yet, though. Because I missed the last week episode just because I was doing a bunch of stuff with them. I was like, yeah, whatever. And I already had this one to do in my mind, and I thought like I actually had this months ago. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do right before my daughter's born, do on my mom, whatever. And I have this perspective in mind with attached to whatever. I feel just the universe, perfect time or whatever. Yeah, I just felt like that. So I'm not sure if it's definite, depending on what's going to happen next week or before the end of the year. But I definitely think it's a strong possibility that RightonQuelive will not be entering into 2021, whatever. And either this will be the end or the end will be coming. Because I feel like it's ran its course. And like I said, it goes back to like, I'm tired of feeling like I have to be everywhere or do everything. I want to, I'm looking forward more so to do just more focus type thing. So, I'm helping with a video project later on, whatever, where it's like it's media and I'm hosting it, whatever. So that's like a one-off type project. Cool. Like actually, it's not one. It's a reoccurring thing, but it's not like a devoted weekly type show, whatever. So
right. And I told you before, I said when you start having to repeat people, we've seen all we can see. You already asked, how many questions you want to ask them. Then it's time to focus on something else. But the ones you had lately, I did enjoy, and those are new people. You don't need to repeat anybody else. And if this is the end, you can't say you didn't do everything you wanted to do. Right. And it was excellent. It was very good content.
Yeah, and like I said, and I think it's also like go on like insecurity or anything like that. It was like, oh, well, I defeat it. It's like, no, like I said, I did everything I needed to do. I feel like I got the most out of it. And this is just a evolution or graduation because it's not
into something else.
Like, I am RightonQuelive. The podcast is not me. So like
there you go.
Yeah, like this is just an extension. So I'm gonna be doing more things with it. And even with music, like so I don't plan to do another album back to back, but I still plan to be doing music, being involved in music. So whether it could be like I'm working with just one artist instead of doing 20 on one project.
A compilation, right. And if one hand washes the other, and all these people you gave an avenue to and gave a spotlight on, hopefully they decide they're going to do something, they can say, well, I need Q to host because I know he can interview me. I know he knows how to get questions out of me. Hopefully they know that and they will use those tools that you set out for them.
Exactly. So, but that's the thing, Mom. So, because most people, there's more stupid people than dumb people, and more selfish people. So, let's say I did 20 people. I believe I have at least 5 that will, return the respect or the gesture or whatever type thing, whatever. And not saying I'm going to lean on them, but I'm looking forward to working with that ratio of people in the future if they ever need something. I'm also going to develop my own things, but just being a more focused approach to whatever. Because I also feel like, and I can admit, so this, I also say this too. I feel truly if I was able to do I was going to do another live show this year. If I was able to do that, I have no hesitations of stopping. Because I feel like
that would have ended it.
Yeah, I would have complete closure. I did a second show. That would have been way better and bigger than the first one. I think it would have been. So that's the only thing I think like, damn, like I didn't even get a chance to do like. I was really about to book it. It was great. I would have lost some money possibly. You know how people are. Right? So like, it worked out that I didn't book it, and everything shut down, whatever. So other than that, though, like I know I've left my imprint, left my impact. I know I have a listenership, people that respect me for what I did, whatever. I know I do better than most people I ever seen do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I'm content with it. But again, we'll see though. And also, I just feel like I said, and it go back to people where it's like I've learned that like everybody don't deserve your energy, and I feel like I was so focused on what I was trying to accomplish and grow and expand that I was also being outside of myself. Whereas you would know, of course, anyway, I'm not even that type of person. A while ago, someone told me, "Yo, I respect the way you move because you sound like a sociable person, a social person, but a private person." That's a great way to find me because I definitely am. I like socializing, being with people.
Right, but then you have private time too.
Not even just that, but I don't like being around everybody.
Exactly.
I'm not that person that's want to go to a place of strangers. Like, and I feel like that's what a lot of entertainment or media or creative community.
Where they are.
Yeah, they're trying to be, we can do it. We're not friends, though. That's cool. And we don't try to make it seem like we're friends, but then that's where the
fakeness, and that ain't it.
Fakeness and the signals get mixed and stuff like that, whatever. So, yeah, I definitely just wanted to say that on this special episode, right before a special time happens with you. And, RightonQuelive.
Well, I appreciate you using my show that I hosted to make the announcement. I did.
RightonQuelive might be the end. We'll see if any, or maybe a more.
Or you could be a designated, like a special show. If something happens and you want to bring it to the people, you can bring it to the people because you have the platform and they know that. So maybe somebody with some sense will say, "Well, I'm about to do a new project Q. I need you to introduce it or whatever, something like that."
All right, yeah, of course, definitely open. I'm not gonna forget how to speak and think. So definitely something's always open. A possibility is open, but yeah, so we'll see. But I definitely want to just let that out there. And I just felt like it had to get out there.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to just like someone just hit me up the other day like, "Yo, yeah, I got this like short film idea. I want to hash it out with you." And I already have a rapport with them, and so I'm like, yeah, that's me. That was like a universe type thing. I'm like, yeah, that's something I would look forward to do. Whether that becomes something, but I wouldn't.
But it's an opportunity that you can get into.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind even hashing it out because me and that person I have a rapport versus trying to constantly work with and give spotlight and extend the hand to people you don't even know, and therefore you don't know how they're gonna react to it. Because people all the time send me something. They like, oh, I seen this person. Wasn't on your show before? I was like, yeah, you find it out from them though. Like,
right, because that's who you should have heard it from them. I got you.
Right.
Because people don't reciprocate what you're doing for them. Say like you gave them the avenue, you put the spotlight on them, and everybody now turning it back around. Because I know a couple people that I've seen on your show that I follow now, and I don't see them saying nothing about RightonQuelive this or RightonQuelive that. Because niggas gonna nig, and that's unfortunate, but that's what happens.
But the marathon continues. Word to Nipsey, R.I.P. Nipsey, and the dick eaters will always come. Pause. But they will always come back around.
Yeah, you're doing too much for that one.
But I just say like no matter what happens in that 5-year span I spoke on earlier, they will always come back around and be like, no, remember I do remember, and that's the problem that you have.
Yeah.
Because I do remember.
I forget nothing.
But yes. I enjoy myself. Did you enjoy yourself on the conversation?
I always enjoy talking to my son. And I had a good time, and I hope I didn't let you down for your last interview or me hosting it. Like some other people did that wasn't good as me, She know what I'm talking about.
Would shout out to Key, fuck Key. But would you say, your memory slipping to mind, would you say do you have a favorite one that we've done? Is this ranked number one? How you feel?
This is good. I gotta watch back because I always watch them back and see how it came across.
Okay.
But my favorite one is 36 Hours.
Okay, interesting. I thought top of my head, the last one we did, Presence Privilege, would be my favorite, I think. And I remember just the feedback we got from them. A lot of people like, oh, yeah, mom, this and that. I remember that. We started that one with the Aisha Curry topic. And that was really funny.
Yes. That was a Mother's Day one.
Right.
Yeah. But they all been good. I mean, because, we have the gift of gab. So they've all been good. And you always, which is good, because I'm your mom, but you still always have a different question for me. And, 3 for shows. That's why I try to bring my best today and try to make it different for you. Since you always the one doing the questions and everything.
Definitely. Great time. So, love you, Mom. Appreciate you. And, of course,
I love you, my one and only son.
And, I'll be seeing you soon. And then, this episode will be coming out soon, so you'll be seeing it.
All righty. And then I'll review it and let you know where it fit into my 4 episodes.
Cool.
RightonQuelive. We're out.
We are out for a while, possibly.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. All right, we're good.